All right. Let's get this party started. Quick show of hands, everybody. How many of you feel your business is well prepared for the digital future? There you go. Very nice. Appreciate your bravery, being brave about it. But honestly, how many of you that just raised their hands are secretly scared that I will now follow up with a couple of tough questions? Okay, relax. You're not alone. That tension between ambition and reality, this is exactly what Siemens Xcelerator was built for, to close for a company like yours. And you already heard my name, Martin Valkysers. My job, the reason why I exist in the Siemens corporate directory, is to help companies like yours drive forward, leveraging the power of Siemens Xcelerator. And hey, I used to think that automation and digitalization essentially meant job cuts and scary robots. Turns out it actually means that you can free your team from working with Excel 2003 spreadsheets, scaling without chaos, and sleep better at night. Let's have a quick look at the Siemens approach, how to get there. Here's a high-level summary of what I hear a lot keeps business owners like yourself up at night. And there's really a perfect storm out there today. Lots of challenges. You're dealing with rapid market changes. I'm not saying the tariff word. You're dealing with rising operational costs. Again, I'm not saying the tariff word. You have unplanned equipment downtime. That's a classic. Supply chain disruptions, shortages of skilled employees, and managing increasingly complex operations. And let's be honest, the legacy tools that most of us still use, they weren't really built for today's demands. So that's where digital transformation can really make a difference. And I believe it's not just longer a nice to have, but it's really essential for growth and maybe even for survival. And that's exactly where Siemens Xcelerator comes in. So that's a really sobering statistic there. Most digital transformation projects still fail. Why? Well, often it's simply because they're just too complicated. That's why we built Siemens Xcelerator around 3 fundamental principles. Think of them as our North Star. First, it has to be easy. No more wrestling with complex integrations or outdated systems. You get plug-and-play access to the latest technology, and you can use what actually works together right out of the box. Imagine that. Second, it must be flexible. Think of it as a kind of a digital buffet almost. You pick exactly what you need, when you need it, and whether it's for product design, production, or maintenance, you're in control. Third, finally, and this is really crucial, it has to be open. We're not just talking about Siemens solutions here, and I know Siemens historically didn't have the best reputation for being open and easy to work with. That's why we are changing it. No, we just connect our solutions with whatever you already have. And on top, we are adding an ecosystem where the best technology partners can come together and integrate their solutions as well. It's kind of like having an all-star team at your disposal, at your fingertips. And they all speak the same digital language. So, what exactly is Siemens Xcelerator? Well, here's the pitch in just 77 seconds.
So, here's the pitch. The Siemens Xcelerator portfolio makes digitalizing your business easier. It includes a range of connected hardware, software, services, and open APIs. You can do things like decarbonize your building or boost the productivity of your factory. It's that broad. You can combine offerings from marketplace sellers and Siemens with your setup and share data between them, so you're never tied to one vendor. Scaling up is also seamless. Say you've optimized your production and now want to automate more of your operation. Well, you can. You can even customize functionalities, alone or with our ecosystem community. Plus, you can also use the portfolio as a service. So you get the latest tech when you need it, but only pay for what you use. Plus, Siemens can make it work that new products will work with your existing setup. Automatic updates are also included. In short, the Siemens Xcelerator portfolio offers a range of tools for an easier, faster, and scalable digital transformation.
I know, there was a lot in there in just a little over a minute. So let me re-emphasize and highlight a few key aspects here. First, think of our platform as your personal digital transformation accelerator. It's built, again, around three powerful pieces: portfolio, marketplace, and ecosystem. And let's have a quick dive into each one of them. First, portfolio. Imagine having a Lego set for the digital age. We are looking across our entire Siemens portfolio, hardware and software, and we started working on creating bundled solution to address broader business challenges that you're dealing with every day. The best part, everything works together seamlessly to accelerate your specific business goals. No more piecing together incompatible solutions or working with rigid systems that you get locked in. And we're making it more modular, so wherever feasible, even cloud connected, so that when you want to upgrade, you just plug in the new pieces. When you need a specific solution, you just subscribe and add to it as a service. Now, you might be wondering, how do we ensure everything works as promised? Well, let me share a key ingredient of our secret sauce here. And these are the design principles that you see on the slide behind me for our open digital solutions. And open is the first one. No more black boxes. Every solution speaks the same language through standardized interfaces, making data sharing and analytics a breeze. Next one is interoperable. Solutions snap together like magnets. They create seamless digital workflows across your entire operation. Third one, flexible. Need to start small? No problem. Want to scale up later? No problem either. We kind of eliminate the initial threshold of massive upfront investment and provide you with what you need when you need it at your budget. Finally, as a service, say goodbye to these massive upfront investment and really benefit for a pay for what you use model, which is unheard of in terms of the flexibility and the scalability that you guys need for your everyday operations. And the Siemens promise to you, every single offering on the platform that we bring to you is protected by enterprise-grade cybersecurity. We have already done the heavy lifting so that you can focus on innovation and operations. Second, there's the marketplace. So think of it as your one-stop digital shop where you can explore, learn, connect with other businesses facing similar challenges. A really unique feature of the Siemens Xcelerator marketplace is that we are bringing together sellers, developers, and partners all in one place for the benefit of our and your clients. So it's really not just a platform, but it's a community of sellers, developers that attracts a lot of clients because they find solutions to their everyday problems. And while it might just look like a typical website, it's really a place where everybody is invited to go, learn at their own pace, explore what is out there, and engage and exchange with others based on common business platforms wherever you are right now, finding available offerings and solutions. And yes, starting with our software portfolio, you can also buy directly online. Third, my personal favorite, you get access to a continuously growing community that we call our partner ecosystem. Let me show you what makes our ecosystem truly special. Imagine a digital downtown square where IT and OT finally meet and shake hands. We already onboarded about 400 partners. You see some logos here behind me. Global tech giants, nimble startups, creative developers, and ambitious SMEs like yourselves. It's like having a Swiss Army knife of digital expertise at your disposal. The beauty of all this, you don't have to figure it out alone. There's already a community of experts who are paving the way with you and for you. The way we organized our ecosystem is along these three motions. Think of them as three powerful gears that drive our ecosystem forward. First gear, build. This is where the magic of co-creation happens. Partners can build amazing solutions using Siemens technology as their foundation. It's like giving master chefs all our best ingredients to come up with spectacular new dishes. Second gear, service. These are the digital transformation experts that guide you on your journey. They implement, they maintain, they ensure everything runs smoothly. Think of them as your personal digital transformation coaches. And then the third gear, sell. These partners help get innovation and technology into your hands. They're not just selling the products, but they're making sure that they match the right solution to your problem because they understand your business. And here's the beautiful part. Our partners aren't locked into just one motion. Some of them, like PROLIM, they can do all three. They are like that digital Swiss Army knife I mentioned a second ago, and they are able to build service and sell solutions that transform businesses like yours. So now, instead of me keep telling you more about the power of Siemens Xcelerator, let's hear from someone who's putting it to work every day. And I'm really thrilled to introduce Rich Solti from PROLIM. Rich and his team are perfect examples of what happens when you harness all these three motions we just discussed, because they are building, servicing, and selling solutions that transform businesses right now. So without further ado, and to guide us through this conversation, let me hand things over to my colleague Deon Hamilton, who will help us unpack PROLIM's success story, and welcome Deon and Rich to the stage. Give it up for Deon and Rich, please.
Thank you, Martin. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deon Hamilton. I work on the corporate strategy team within Siemens US, and I'm thrilled to be here at Automate in my hometown, Detroit, and extra thrilled to be joined on stage by our partner, Rich Solti from PROLIM. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Rich.
Thank you, Deon. My name is Rich Solti. I'm Vice President responsible for our sales and services organization here. We are also based here in Detroit. We started here 20 years ago. We are a full-service Siemens partner. We help customers, as Martin alluded to, with all types of different solutions using the Siemens ecosystem and software.
Awesome. Thank you, Rich. So I want to tailor this discussion more to small and medium-sized enterprises. And why don't we define what that means, right? So if your company is making less than $1 billion of revenue, maybe less than 5,000 employees, you kind of fall within that small and medium-sized range. Do we have any small and medium-sized companies represented here? Okay. All right, awesome. And Martin, you shared with us earlier how 45% of companies, they don't know where to start, as it relates to IoT. Rich, I know your company is really servicing the small and medium-sized components. What are some of the main challenges that you're seeing that many small and medium-sized companies are facing today?
A lot of it is they're working with old systems, working on Excel, as Martin had alluded to. I call that the number one PLM system in the world because everybody uses Excel. Really trying to get them to get off of that Excel mindset and getting their BOM and their CAD and their data management, getting solutions automated on the shop floor. That's a lot of what we do is we build solutions using the Accelerator portfolio, Industrial Edge, and help customers figure out how to be more efficient. In most cases, we can usually help them, show them how they can save 20-30% in efficiencies.
Awesome. So let's stay on that thread for a minute, because Martin, you mentioned about the Siemens Xcelerator portfolio being open, flexible, easy. These are all buzzwords, right? I'm sure everyone in this room is going through these different booths and kind of hearing and seeing some of the same words. So I want to really kind of bring this into context with a few case studies. So Rich, can you share with the audience maybe an example of how your company has taken some of the Siemens Xcelerator portfolio and tailored it or had it service better for a small and medium-sized company?
Sure, absolutely. One of the local case studies we did recently, a couple years back, is Akebono. They're a brake supplier here locally, tier 1 automotive supplier. They have about basically 10 users using Solid Edge, and they were running the old Insight data management solution, which was old, no longer supported by Siemens, and we basically migrated them off of that system, got them into the new TCX data management solution, so now they're on the cloud, and they literally have gained about probably 30% efficiencies by having a simple change process, managing their BOM, managing the revisions all in one source.
So you mentioned TCX. Can you just kind of explain what TCX is?
So TCX is Siemens' data management solution that's available on the cloud. They provide the platform. It's basically one solution that manages everything for the customer, and you can expand it. It can start out with just simple data management, where you can manage your revisions, your BOM, your CAD, but then you can extend it into all types of other modules that are available within the Teamcenter portfolio, such as project management, systems engineering, systems integration with other systems like ERP. You can expand it fully, or for small businesses, a lot of them want to keep it simple, so they just do simple data management, and that's it. Managing their BOM, managing their CAD. If they've got multiple CAD systems, the beauty of the system is you can use it with any of the major CAD systems out there. Teamcenter has the best in-class CAD integration of any solution out there. So you literally can work with SolidWorks, AutoCAD, PTC's Creo, so on and so forth.
And with that example, you mentioned helping out the IT department, right? So I think most small and medium companies, they don't have a large IT department like most large corporations. So how were you all able to kind of augment that and kind of come alongside as a partner to take some of that burden off of their team and continue on with the integration?
So we can provide outsourced solutions where we manage everything for the customer. I have some examples of that I can talk about. In Akebono's case, they wanted to basically go with the TCX solution because it's all managed by Siemens for them. Makes it easy because there's no platform that they have to manage. They don't have to have necessarily an administrator. We handle that front-end work for them as their partner and their provider.
Awesome, thank you. So let's dive into the manufacturing sector for a little bit. Do you have another example of maybe how you help the manufacturer with either some dashboarding or just really visualizing what's actually happening on the shop floor?
Yeah, we have our own solution that we created called Promise. It's a digital manufacturing platform. Basically allows you to connect to anything on the shop floor, whether you've got quality, MES, people systems, inventory management, you name it. We created a solution that's built on Mendix, which is part of the Accelerator portfolio. It's a simple low-code, no-code application development tool. We use that to build different applications, and it's a plug-and-play modular system. So I can literally grab information from anywhere on the shop floor, look at utilization on the cell, grab MES information, quality data, whatever you're looking for.
Okay, awesome. I think we have time for one more example. Is there anything else you want to share with the audience? Another example of how you leverage the Siemens Xcelerator portfolio and really created some value for a smaller company?
So we have another customer down in Ohio called Sentience. They used to be known as Thermodisc. They were a spinoff from Emerson. And Emerson's this huge industrial giant out there that a lot of you may be familiar with. They basically needed to get their data out of their team center, set it up in their own environment. So we helped them with migrating all of that data, setting up the system for them, and we actually manage the entire system for them. So we do all the team center administration, anything to do with IT if they need to switch out users and things like that. We created a change management process, and that whole system we developed for them literally in a matter of months. Taking the data out of the Emerson system was the most complex part of it, but it helped Sentience basically become a lot more efficient in their design process. They didn't have CAD integration at the time, so that in itself, managing the BOM right off the get-go and revision control was kind of key to their success.
Any type of savings you can share or disclose with the audience that they were able to realize?
Probably about 20%.
Okay.
On average, most customers, when we get in and start figuring out how to help them with solutions, you're going to find it's anywhere from 20 to 30% in most cases.
Okay. Awesome. So one more thing, just how has Siemens as a technology partner to PROLIM and the Accelerator portfolio that we have, how has that contributed to the growth and success of PROLIM?
So I look at it as the strength of basically two companies, PROLIM and Siemens. When we go to our customers and help them, Siemens is 100% behind us. They support us. They help us with any kind of issues when we need to escalate things. If there's a problem with the software product, a defect or things like that, we can certainly get help from Siemens. They also back us up. So if we don't know something for a solution, we usually come in together and we work that out.
Okay. Awesome. I think we have time for a few questions in the audience, so we're going to open it up. I think we have a microphone floating around as well. Any questions for any of us on the stage?
Hear me? There we go. Good. I'm really curious. I think one of the biggest challenges for the small to medium-sized businesses is the cost. And I saw something you talked about, the pay-as-you-go. Could you talk more about that? Because the CAD software, the Technomatics, all these solutions are very expensive. And just to jump into it, that capital expenditure is a lot in the very beginning. So I'm really interested in the pay-as-you-go, how that would work, and if that applies to your CAD, your PLM, your Technomatics, and all your other products.
So I can take that question. So Martin mentioned the Siemens Xcelerator marketplace. So on the marketplace, there are a couple items in our software portfolio that are available to buy online, and it's more of a SaaS subscription. So most of it is like an annual fee. There's like an annual billing that you can sign up for or whatnot. So that really helps make our products a little bit more affordable. We're also exploring more options such as solution as a service. So maybe you don't have the team to ramp up on our software and you just want to leverage Siemens expertise. So we're looking at building up models where that you can also pay even on a monthly basis to get access to Siemens expertise on particular, solution sets like digital twins or energy efficiency, things like that, predictive maintenance. So we are starting to build some of those models into our offering as well.
And maybe if I can quickly add to that. Oh, there you go. Great question. Thanks for asking. And that's clearly something that we hear loud and clear talking to our customers, right? We have all these beautiful, big, comprehensive, very complex solutions, and we'll keep doing that for the customers that love us for it. But we also want to democratize and become more open and accessible, especially for companies that don't have these huge IT departments, huge budget. So that's why we are going through the portfolio, existing and new. There are a lot of initiatives that we're working on to really package and scale down these software solutions for an easy entry, right? Gives you a lot of value in a small package with little risk because we make them available as a service, as subscription. And then, like I mentioned, it's up on, to yourself, your ambition, your aspiration, wherever you are, to scale, add, grow with them. That's really a core principle of what the whole initiative is built around.
Yeah, good example of that, what he's mentioning too is, so TCX, there's 3 different levels available now. TCX Essentials, Basic, and then there's the Pro version. That's a great example where you can start small, maybe with the cheaper solution, and then build up from that.
Great question. Thank you.
Yeah, keep them coming. Great question.
We have a couple more.
Hi. Just curious, with the onset of agentic AI, right? NVIDIA announced all these different agents for lots of different areas of expertise. I'm seeing, so the Siemens Xcelerator, you're using live experts. How do you see that sort of evolving, sort of a similar direction towards agentic AI, or keeping it more expert, personal, using industry experts?
So I can start and then feel free to interject. So, yeah, Siemens, we're leveraging AI in multiple ways. So we're leveraging it internally, of course. Even within the Siemens Xcelerator website, we've built in kind of like a chat bot where you can easily search for items that you're looking to find. So you don't have to know how Siemens calls different things. You can kind of use just regular language and search and find your solution that way. And if you visit the Siemens booth, that's a nice plug. We're booth 3232. We're also leveraging AI as it relates to industrial co-pilots. So looking to deploy AI on the shop floor for machine diagnostics and trying to find out what's happening with the machine that may be stalled or down. And then also for programming a machine, we're leveraging AI to help users program their automation a lot simpler. So you don't have to be a Siemens PLC expert in order to leverage AI and to create code that's going to actually control something on the shop floor. So there's different ways that we're using it. Martin, I don't know if you want to add
Listen,
on.
Deon, you covered all the boxes. You mentioned it. I mean, there are different levels of AI, and again, thanks for the question. There's no event without AI coming up as a topic, and I think what we're trying to do as Siemens on the bigger picture is really take what we already experience in everyday life. I think we all use ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, but this is far from how AI can unleash its best potential and power in an industrial context because ChatGPT is trained on open, mostly internet available data. And as a machine operator, you have completely different questions and you need the AI bot to have a completely different database to give you proper answers. So that's what we're working on. Industrial Copilot is a perfect example of connecting the easiness, the look and feel of a ChatGPT interface with really deep industrial knowledge and expertise that helps you better understand, better operate any machine you're on. And then we're also using the AI, as mentioned by Deon, on the marketplace, just to help you to find better solutions faster, right? You don't have to learn our product portfolio. You don't have to understand the catalog of offerings and solutions we have. You just ask the question, this is my problem, and then AI will suggest, okay, this is very common for the industry you live in. These are challenges that we already have some ideas around. Try it out, look at it, and if you like, there's always the option to also get in touch and have an expert accompany, kind of like an assisted buying journey along the way to make sure you get what you really need. I think we have one more question over here, the gentleman.
Hey, I was just wondering about Siemens Xcelerator and how you guys see very custom processes, and do you guys recommend that, maybe a larger company has a very custom process that they follow, and do they develop that onto Siemens Xcelerator, or do they kind of split the load between whatever they're currently doing in Siemens Xcelerator?
I could start for that one. So Accelerator, we talk about the platform approach, is a way for us to give you another access window to quickly and easily at your own pace get in touch with us. We expect that there are a lot of clients, especially medium-sized, that will embrace that opportunity because they typically don't have like the global Siemens account manager on their speed dial, right? Will the Department of Defense go to a website and click to buy the next 5 billion contract? Probably not. But it's a complementary way of getting in touch and starting a dialogue and really going through that journey. So we will keep offering these white glove, very highly customized, comprehensive treatments for all the clients that want that appreciate that, and are used to do that. Siemens Xcelerator is an addition to how we serve our clients, and we're inviting partners, that's the ecosystem play, to benefit from that platform. So it's really about making it more accessible in a more intuitive and easier way to get to the best solutions fast.
Rich, did you want to add on? You were going to share something as well.
Just to add to that a little bit, so when we help customers implement the systems, we really try to avoid doing customization. We try to configure things out of the box to keep it simple so that when you do an upgrade with the software, you don't have to spend extra time and money trying to do that upgrade down the road. So that's part of the best practices and what we recommend when we're implementing.
Any other questions out here?
If you stop asking questions, we will start asking questions.
So now AI world is there, and then Industry 4.0 or Industry X, right? So data is a key. So most of the customers, those who are using a legacy machines, and those who don't have the data connectivity. So do you have any solutions to getting the data? Because that's the first challenge, to get the data from machines or the process, right, in process. So is there any solutions around that?
Yeah, so when we talk about shop floor manufacturing, we have a lot of solutions around the industrial edge. So that can take ways in a couple different flavors. It can be a small box, like a small IPC, that has different, we call it southbound connectors, that can tap into different protocols that may be used on your shop floor. We also have it where that it can be completely software-based, and we run the software on the local server to the shop floor, and we still utilize those southbound connectors to get the machine data out of the machines into the industrial edge platform. And then on top of that, we run additional applications on top of that. So once we get the data into the industrial edge, whether your use case is around increasing your productivity or OEE, we have applications center for that. If it's energy management, if you're trying to understand the energy usage in your facility, we have an energy manager application. So we have a variety of applications that sit on the industrial edge as we get data in from the shop floor. And also, if you're using cloud, these same applications can also exist on the cloud layer as well. So whether you want to keep things local on premise, or whether you have multiple facilities and you want to have it all in a cloud platform where that you can have overall visualization on what's happening, we have flexible solutions that can help you scale either way. Any further questions out there? All right, so we'd like to thank everyone for stopping by. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. I think Rich and his partner will be here from PROLIM if you want to ask any additional questions. Also, please visit the Siemens booth, number 3232, just a couple rows over that way. For any further information, if you want to explore some of these technologies, we have staff there that are well-trained and educated to kind of help you on your digitalization journey. So thank you, and we look forward to hearing back from you. Join our Accelerator website, accelerator.siemens.com. Join the ecosystem. There's a lot there that you can search and find on your own, and we're here to help. So thank you.
One other quick thing. Realize Live, which is here in 2 weeks, is Siemens' largest user group community event coming up here. I encourage you to come to that as well. Lots of information there.
Sure. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all for coming. Check out the booth.
I just want to quickly thank Martin, Rich, and Deon for a super informative and excellent conversation, and also just acknowledge briefly we knew we had some audio issues there, so we appreciate your patience and getting through that. So thanks very much for being here.